You're watching Cat Roll Hunter, and my Morgan dollar arrived hot on the heels of my 2024 peace dollar, but not without me having to pay $28.55 cash on delivery that I shouldn't have had to pay. Stay tuned. Hey, this is James, and you're watching my channel, Cat Roll Hunter. And I just received my peace dollar, and we looked at it in a video just yesterday. It is gorgeous, but I had to pay import duty on this, and my Morgan dollar came right afterwards, and $28.55 later, I've got it in my hands. But the law is really clear in Canada. There are no import duties on bullion. I shouldn't have to pay any taxes in Canada. I shouldn't have to pay any import duties in the States. But the United States Mint refuses to label their packages correctly. If it simply said bullion, I wouldn't pay anything. But because they just say coin, Customs and Immigration has no idea what's in there, and so they charge the 13% HST. In this case, it's actually quite a bit more than 13% HST. So we're going to crack into this. I'm pretty upset about it, of course, because I don't want to have to pay any more than I have to. These are already really expensive, and the Mint just upped their price days before delivery from $76 to $91 or something like that. Caught a lot of people off guard. I was surprised by that. And I canceled my subscription for the proof sets and the reverse proof. So done with that. In any case, let's crack in because I still think it's going to be a beautiful coin. Let's check it out. All right, I've successfully extricated the box from the packaging. It's the same blue box, of course, as we got from the peace dollar. We would expect that. And very similar to the 2023, which was in black. The silver writing on here is a little more glossy and perhaps a little more bold, but very similar in the packaging, both the front and the back. Well, let's get into this and see what we're looking at. And I will just do a little weight comparison here. That's pretty light. And this, just like the peace dollar, is quite a bit heavier. I don't think I need to weigh it up, but it was almost twice as heavy as the 2023 edition because it's got a new clamshell case in there. Let's take a look. Okay, here's our beautiful blue clamshell. And I already opened it up just to make sure I had it oriented properly. And look what I found. This coin was almost coming out of there, which really is shocking to me because the peace dollar was so hard to get out. It was so tightly in this case. I was pretty sure they weren't going to move. So I don't know if this took a bump or if whoever was packaging this didn't just push it in all the way. But it was pretty much just sitting just like that, like it didn't get pushed in. But in any case, there is our 2024 Morgan dollar. And it looks pretty flawless to me. I see a little mark there, and that's just a little bit of fluff or something on the case. We'll flip it over. This is minted in Philadelphia. It looks pretty awesome. We're going to take a closer look. I will throw that under the scope. We'll get a nice close look at that eagle. Here is a nice close look at the reverse. I always like to look at these really, really closely and carefully. We're expecting a flawless coin. This is a collector coin with a pretty significant premium charged on it, certainly over silver value. There's a little bit of a scuff by the E. That's actually on the case. I could see the sort of shadow when I moved it. But the coin looks beautiful. It looks like we got a really nice strike. Look at those feathers. Just gorgeous. But we know the Mint's had quality control issues, and a lot of folks last year particularly, and I think even in 2021 when they were introduced or reintroduced, the Morgan and peace dollars had some quality issues. People got some coins that they returned because they were not perfect. And we kind of expect perfect. I think everybody is looking for an MS-70 out of the box, particularly on an uncirculated coin that is sold to collectors like this, or a proof coin or a reverse proof. We really expect that they're all going to be perfect. If not a 70, then perhaps a 69. But there were some that were coming out significantly less than that with some issues. This coin, I'm looking at the fields, it looks great. Look at the detail there. Lots of detail. It's really nice strike. That is a beautiful coin. It's beautiful in hand, and even under this scope, it is really, really nice. There is our eagle. And we'll just take a second and compare this against the 2023. It should be identical, of course, right? You don't expect any differences. The specifications are the same. The strike should be the same. There really shouldn't be any differences, but we'll take a closer look. So there's our 24, and there is our 23 right next to it. And yeah, they look beautiful. I think the capsules are the same too, but the packaging is very different. This really cheap kind of plastic inset here, people weren't too happy about that, I'd say, for what was a $76 coin last year. But this case is actually pretty nice. It's actually got Morgan and, of course, Peace stamped right in there. And this fiber here didn't seem to come off quite in the same way. The capsules were covered in little black fibers last year. I didn't see any of these little blue fibers this time, but it's a really nice quality case. Once again, though, you paid for it, because if you bought these coins last year, they were $76. And I know silver has gone way up, but this is not even an ounce of silver, and there's already a huge premium. So certainly these cases aren't free, but people ended up paying another, oh goodness, $17 for their coins this year than they were expecting, than they paid last year. And that's pretty significant. That's a 20% increase year over year. So if you want to talk about inflation, it's hit the US Mint too. So there's the 2024 Peace and Morgan dollars side by side. I said this in my last video, but I will not be getting the proofs from San Francisco. I will not be getting the reverse proof set. I canceled my subscription. I just couldn't justify the cost. And there might be other things I want to add to my collection. And one of my subscribers commented that rather than spend $91 on a 2024 or 2025, they cancel their subscription. What they're going to do is buy Peace dollars for the 20s and 30s, and meaning the 1920s and 1930s. And that makes sense to me. Those are historic coins. They're 100 years old, and you can buy them in really nice condition for cheaper than you can buy the brand new ones. It's going to take a lot of time for these brand new ones to appreciate in the way that those ones perhaps could. They're certainly not making any more of those Peace and Morgan dollars. I guess last thing to do is take a look at the certificate of authenticity. We didn't do that yet. I don't want to skip over that. It's a beautiful little card. Again, it's a glossy cardstock as opposed to sort of a matte textured cardstock finish from last year. But here we go, 2024 Morgan dollar, Philadelphia. It is 3 9s fine silver. It's 38.1 millimeters, 0.859 troy ounces, minted in Philadelphia. Store them in a cool, dry place. I do plan to do that. And so, beautiful coins. I have nothing against the coin. It's a classic design. Everybody loves the Morgan dollar and the Peace dollar. I think it's really cool that they brought these out again for the 100th anniversary of the 1921 when they made both of these. How long do you think they're going to do this? Are they going to keep minting the Morgan and Peace dollar? Is this sort of just an annual thing because they know they can sell them? I don't think they sold out in a flash like they did last year. So I guess time will tell, and it's going to be up to us as to whether or not these continue. And I've heard from a bunch of people now already who also canceled their subscription. So that's going to signal something to the Mint that you can't treat collectors for granted. You can't just pump stuff out and people will just buy it. And we're looking for value, and I think even some scarcity. And the more of these they put out, the less scarce they become. In any case, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that matter. How long is the Mint going to be producing these new Morgan and Peace dollars? And are collectors going to keep buying them? Are you going to keep buying them? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd appreciate hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you appreciate this look at the 2024 Morgan dollar and, of course, my other video on the Peace dollar. If you did, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. I'd appreciate it. And click that like button and leave a comment. Let me know that you watched the video. Let me know that you enjoyed it. I always appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.